Nations tournament. And we've got the 5th game of the day ready to take place. We have England 1 versus England 2 in the girls competition. We're about to get things underway in around a minute's time. My name's Kaz Bullock, here with you on the Basketball England YouTube channel, and I am joined by Commonwealth Games silver medalist and just all-round great person, Hannah Shaw, and we're going to be with you throughout the weekend on the Basketball England YouTube channel. We have the Tri-Nations tournament coming up on... there we are. Manchester Giants, Hannah Shaw. We've got the over 35 Masters tournament, the inaugural tournament, coming up at 4 o'clock today. Games at 4 and 6. And tomorrow morning, again, 6 more games for the under-14 squad. So it's a mixture of talents across the age groups that we've got here this weekend. So stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Loads more to come. We've already had 4 great games. We've been here on the main court for 2 of them. And we've just seen a really exciting game between the Scotland boys and Wales boys.
Super exciting game. Pretty close. I mean, a nice run from Wales at the end, so yeah, looking forward to another exciting game.
It was, and we've seen England, so we've seen England 1 playing already. This is the England 2 team's first game of the day. And this is going to be an interesting one, I think, because you have this England squad. They've been training together all week, they've been selected, and now they come up against each other. And I always think that's quite an interesting sort of inter-team combination.
Yeah, because you will have scrimmaged against each other in practice, but it's not the same. You're now wearing completely different kits. You've got different coaches. I'm not sure how head coach Scanlon is going to do this. Is she going to pop between the 2 benches throughout the game? Or is she going to pick one team and stay with them? But the assistant coaches will be leading most of the coaching on the floor today.
So for the England 1 girls team, it'll be Katie Lamond, who, as assistant coach, looks to be taking the lead on that one. And Keely Reid will be with England 2, and Annie Scanlon floating about in between the 2. So let's get things underway. And it's England 1 with the first possession. Okoli. Dinu puts up the 3. Nets it!
Excellent. We saw Dinu take a lot of those shots in the first game today, and they weren't really dropping. Maybe she had a bit of confidence. Maybe 1:45 is a better game time for her than 9 AM.
Yeah, much more appropriate time. So Alicia Dinu getting things started there for the England 1. There's no other better way for me to say England 1 or 2. It's just going to have to be.
Let's go red and white.
Yeah, red. England red. And a foul on the floor.
Is it too early to use it now? I'm kidding.
So that's first team foul on red as Dinu knocks the ball out of bounds. And Dinu there, she's got that long wingspan, she's lengthy, she's able to just push the ball out of bounds. You might have to reset, it might not always result in a steal, but it's going to mean that the team has to maybe rethink what they were planning to do.
Oh, definitely, she's there, she can get her hands to the ball, she can disrupt the pass. She's pretty quick too, so she's gonna try and beat you to your spot.
Smith. She had a big game in the first game of the day as Kacinda passes back round to Okoli. Okoli looking to get to the basket. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Kacinda.
Oh, it was a long 2. They're the worst.
Just like a slight step back.
Oh, yeah.
But England red off to a quick start here, 5-0. And ball will go back their way. Okoli hands it off to Kacinda. Malik. Out to Smith, thought about the shot, drives inside. Oh. Nice step through.
Oh, great take there.
And Smith had a huge game in the first game of the day. She was scoring at will, she was rebounding, she was just an absolutely fantastic player to watch.
Yeah, massive game this morning. I think It's going to be a bit different, matching up against someone who's a little bit maybe more physical with her.
As Okoli finishes at the rim.
But that defense, again, we saw it in the first game. It's caused 2 8-second violations now, but the red team really are pushing up the floor, trying to really slow the ball down.
And it's something they've come out with. They came out with it again in the first game, just putting on that full court pressure straight away. Not something that they're working into. It's just, you're there.
Straight away from the get-go. Set the tone early. And they've done a great job, you know. It's 7-0. They've caused 2 8-second violations, and they've stopped the white team getting into any of the offenses.
In just a couple of minutes' time, so going to be very pleased with that so far. So you can follow along with all today's action on the Swish app. If you download that, you can get the stats for the players, for the games, keep up to date with everything that's going on, and check out the Basketball England, Basketball Scotland, Basketball Wales social media channels. Lots of clips, lots of highlights. We've seen some great highlights, haven't we, today?
I've seen some great basketball today.
We've seen some almost great highlights as well.
Basketball today.
And coming up after this game, it will be the Scotland and England women in the over 35s Masters tournament. The first time the Masters have had a Tri-Nations tournament, so you don't want to miss that one. There's some really exciting names in all the squads that we're going to see later on.
For sure. I've got teammates on all of these. I don't know if it says more about me than about them, maybe because the amount of teams I've played for.
Play teammate bingo when they're in the court. But back on court here, it is red ball. And it'll be Smith on the inbound. Smith playing a basketball for the South End Scorpions this season. As Okoli controls it, hands it off to Malik. Malik with a crossover going inside, draws the whistle. So red ball from the end line. And Smith into Malik. Malik underneath. As Anderson comes up with it for White. Lewis up ahead, calling for it. As Dinu races back, but rolls off the front of the rim. And a foul on the floor. So red ball. We've got a substitution for White. Summer Marsden checking into the game for the first time. Summer with the Sheffield Hatters this season.
Oh, we've got a Hatter on each team.
Ah, and that's something that's always quite interesting as well, isn't it? When you've got players on the, we talk about the national team being split into these two groups as they have done here, but when you're on the same team and you're playing against your actual teammate, it's very unusual.
It's got to be a weird one for you. No, but it's good to come to something like this, to a tournament or to a national team camp where you get to go with one of your teammates. So it's not just a whole bunch of new people.
You've got a familiar face. Yeah.
A friend, or at least someone that you do know.
Yeah. Cornford getting White on the board as she gets the first points of the game for them. And Malik picks it up. Shot doesn't fall, but rebound and the putback for Kacinda. And that takes her to 4. Marsden looking to get it over the line. Red putting on really strong pressure defensively as Malik picks it off. Over to Kacinda, who's going to back it out. And Okoli driving to the basket, can't get that one to go. And Marsden's 3 bounces out, but it's an offensive board for White as Cornford comes up with it. But then Mojan Malik steals it back for Red. Malik for 3. Laycock up ahead, Marsden hands it off. Laycock gets that to go. And Nala Laycock with her first points of the game. She's playing for the Richmond Knights. Was up here just a few weeks ago for the junior Final Fours that she played against the Milton Keynes Breakers. As Smith spins, too strong off the glass.
Great move though. If you can keep feeding her inside, they're going to have a lot of success.
And a substitution. We'll have a timeout before a substitution. Nala Laycock getting that last basket there for White. Takes it to an 11-4 lead to England. Red against England White.
It is very weird.
I'd like to call them like the, I don't know, the England Lions and the England Tigers. So we can have a differentiation. We'll stick with red and white. But over on the other court, due to start very shortly, it will be the England 1 boys team against the England 2 boys team. And we spoke about this before, didn't we, Hannah, in the earlier game. England with a real depth and the benefit of being able to split the squad into 2 teams for them to get that experience. And it's just a really valuable thing that they've got.
For sure, it is a fantastic opportunity, and we just have so many people playing basketball that, you know, we can bring 2 teams to this tournament and get as many kids the opportunity to play as possible. And it's great. It's great for the national team coaches that are here to be able to scout across England, Scotland, and Wales, and be able to see who the best kids are in this age group, so that we can get them onto a pathway and hopefully into a GB team later on.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about the development and the opportunity and giving these players a chance to try and develop and step up to that next level, to those GB squads.
That's the aim of it. We want to make sure we have a really strong national team program and national league program, which then has a fantastic home nations program that feeds into eventually into Great Britain teams.
So back out on court, red ball. Malik to Kacinda. Kacinda working against Yearsley. Good defense there from Yearsley. And it's stolen away by Anderson. And Anderson with the shot doesn't go. Marsden picks up the rebound, passes over to Laycock, and whistle on the floor. As we'll have a substitution for red. Zamira Williams-Gardner checking back into the game, into the game for the first time. And Chantel Okoli will head to the bench. And we saw Williams-Gardner in that first game. I think 4 points in the game, but that doesn't reflect the impact that she had when she was out on the court.
No, she was just a relentless defender, making it tougher than anyone handling the ball, really getting after it. Showing some great defensive intensity.
Hey, you got to talk to each other on the screen. Talk.
Anderson backs it out. Laycock out to Marsden. 4 seconds on the shot clock, time running down. Cornford driving to the basket. Not that time. And red really using the clock well, forcing White into taking shots late in the shot clock. And had those 2 8-second violations earlier on as Laycock swings it around to Anderson. It's intercepted by Malik. She's got Kacinda up ahead of her. Kacinda back to Malik. Nice fake and drive through.
Yeah, great little head fake, engage the defender and go right past them.
Anderson over to Laycock. And foul is called.
And that is Cornford on the line.
And Nikita Cornford playing with the Kingston Lions. Again, another player that was up here at the junior Final Fours. Watching her, 15 points, 13 rebounds, but 3 big blocks she had in the 3rd and 4th place game. Kingston Lions coming up against the Manchester Mystics. But you can see there she's, again, a tall player, got that long wingspan. She's able to get down low and block the ball.
Oh, we're just having a query at the table.
As a substitution, Satira Smith back in for England Red. And Tasimi Kacinda heading to the bench. Kacinda with 4 points so far for Red.
Oh, it's good to see Smith and Windle on the floor at the same time, because that means that Smith doesn't have to play inside the whole time. She can come out more naturally to like a 3 or a 4, play a bit more face-up basketball.
And she was doing a great job controlling the ball as well outside the arc in that first game when she got that chance to.
And she's quite happy to put the ball on the floor. She managed to push it up the court a few times.
As Anderson drives it all the way, blocked by Smith.
Yeah, what can't she do?
Just doing a bit of everything, doesn't she? As Moja Malik to the bench for Red, and Chantel Okoli back in. Laycock kicks it out to Marsden. Marsden back out to Cornford. Cornford for 3 and hits it. Nikita Cornford.
Nice, good driving kick there by Marsden.
And a good decision as Cornford steals it at the other end. Anderson keeps control and he's just going to reset things for White. Cornford for 3, rolls out. And Okoli driving all the way, gets the basket and the foul.
Oh, with a nice pass fake on the layup.
We saw a few of those, didn't we, with the England team in the first game. Smith had one, Okoli definitely had a few. You can see there just the pass, the fake pass. Turns your defender to the side and then finishes through contact and goes to the line. As Pearl Duzo in for England White. And the substitutions from all the teams that we've seen across the course of today, you know, they've been regular, haven't they? It's a chance for players to get a bit of rest. We've got players playing back-to-back, so, you know, quick substitutions are something we're going to see a lot of this weekend. Yeah,
as much as anything, this tournament is a learning opportunity for everyone. So being able to use your subs, get people meaningful game time. It's not winning is nice, but it's not the point of this tournament.
Absolutely. As Anderson.
It really pains me to say that.
But it is, isn't it? It's about the bigger picture. It's the development.
It's getting people the right kind of game time to showcase what they can do and what they can't do and what we need to work on, and just the whole breadth of talent that we have across GB.
Absolutely. So, table just checking something on the floor. It will be England red ball from the end line. As we see some of the over 35s England team come in through the door. We've got Helen Naylor, Ellen Trelane, and
Rahana Cahill.
Yes, yeah.
Millie Watkins. Ah, they're past it. Let's go back to red and white.
Smith. Back out to Okoli. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Okoli won't go, and Anderson picks it up. Modesto back to Marsden. Laycock lines up the 3, too strong. Okoli racing down the court. There's that fake, that pass, and finish at the rim. That's a a great a coach is going to be like, that is exactly what I want you to do, and you've done exactly what I want you to do.
Yeah, we need to, if we're going to try and, if White are going to try and slow her down, maybe we need to not let her get so deep before we try and make a move.
Stop her before she gets too close.
You want to meet your player higher up. Because once they're in their steps, it's going to be a score or a foul.
Marsden doesn't get that one to go. Duzo with the rebound, and will stay with White.
Duzo's playing up a year as well, so she could be ready for next season.
And that's great, isn't it? That's just like how valuable this experience is to be playing up a year.
It's a great opportunity as well. You're here, you're learning, you're going to be, you know what this is going to be like, and so next year when when it's your age group, you've got players that won't have been there before, and you can be more of a leader. You'll tell them what it's like. You can set the tone because you already know what it's going to be like, and you don't have people coming in blind.
And that familiarity is something that really helps, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Okoli, and can't quite get it over the line. Williams-Gardner tried to quickly catch up with it, but it will be a backcourt violation, so back with White. 22.6 seconds to go in the quarter. As there, Williams-Gardner just knocking the ball out of bounds. She was doing that. She was doing that in the first game. You can see she's bouncing up off the floor there. She's a pesky defender. There's Marsden over to Duzo. And that won't go. Red coming back with it. Okoli with 5 seconds. Picked up by Anderson, 2 seconds. Anderson needs to put something up. And, ooh, that was close. So at the end of the first quarter, it is England Reds, England 1, 20, England 2, White 12. I feel like it sounds like I'm just saying words there, throwing out words. But leading the way, it is Chantel Okoli, leading all scorers with 7 points for Team Red, and for Team White, Nikita Cornford has 6. She knocked down a 3 earlier on, and it's been a close game, hasn't it, so far? Red, obviously, with the advantage here, but White able to get some good cuts, good looks to the basket. We've had some mid-ranges, which we've not seen that much of today.
Not seen a lot of middies. It's been a good game, a good show so far. Both teams could probably do maybe taking care of the ball a little bit better. We've had a couple of lapse turnovers, those 8-second calls, a couple of balls flying out of bounds when they didn't need to. But again, learning curve, and it's just the first quarter. This is England White's first game of the day.
That's true, yeah.
So, and England Red managed to get off to a roaring start this morning against Scotland. So each team, I mean, they're probably a little bit tired. The White team maybe just a little bit slow to meet the effort or the intensity required to get through the day.
Yeah, and that's something that will come as the game flows, and again, we talk about the adjustments constantly, the adjustments at half-time that they'll make, try and match that.
For sure. And the White team, again, is undersized. The Red team are definitely the more physically dominant team. That's not to say that they're going to run away with it at all.
No, it's interesting, isn't it, to see how they adapt as well, because if you've got a team that maybe you are outmatched inside, you're going to go look outside to your shooters. And we saw a couple of times Team White getting that corner, the open look in the corner, which I think we saw Scotland have against England in the first game as well. So maybe that's something the England teams as a whole need to kind of watch for that corner shot.
Yeah, stop helping off the strong side.
Yeah.
No.
We don't need that.
Aaron Rye will tell you that.
So back underway for the second quarter. It's Team White ball, and Isabel Lewis gets it over to Yearsley. Marsden out to Cornford. Cornford threes up, won't go. And Williams-Gardner with the rebound. I've been really impressed with her, the way she gets inside, because she is one of the smaller players out there on court, but she reminds me of a Nicolette Fairley, one of the
she's a hustler for sure.
She is. And when you're going after the rebound and, you know, you're beating out other players that are bigger than you, it's a great feeling.
She's her positioning as well on defense. She's doing a fantastic job making sure that she's always in between the ball and the basket. She's at the right angle. Oh, I said that and she just got beat. But she recovered well and
steals the ball
was
away.
forced to pick the ball up.
Smith hands it off to Dinu. And kept in by Kacinda with the short runner. That won't go, but Smith's there for the offensive board. Dinu out to Okoli, thought about the shot, driving inside, scoop layup, too strong.
And Cornford with the rebound there, looking like she's going to go coast to coast.
And oh, unlucky, just came off a foot, I think, there.
Ooh, yeah, it looked like it had been poked away.
Williams-Gardner against Laycock, hands it off, looks to hand it off. Dinu's there, Dinu, great pass.
It's a great find as well. When you go when someone goes baseline, if you're on the opposite side, curl around underneath, curl into the middle so they have that easy dump off.
And it looks great as well when you watch it back, as Lewis's three is good. And Isabel Lewis with the Lancashire Spinners.
We love a team from up north.
We do. That's 3 points. That's her first points of the game. And cuts the lead down to 5 as Smith at the other end.
I think everyone was looking for a call there. It looked too easy for a call.
Yearsley. Her shot won't fall. And it's picked up by Okoli. Going against Marsden. Okoli driving all the way.
Oh, great defense there by Summer Marsden. Just doing enough to affect the shot, not make it easy.
And disciplined enough not to foul as Cornford drives in and lays it in. It's a 5-point Team Red lead. Yearsley over to Marsden. Great hustle there from Yearsley. Stolen back by Kacinda.
Kacinda is all over the ball today. She's picking off passes from everywhere.
She's got a great read, hasn't she? She's just able to anticipate it and throw herself
and then
in there.
Couple that with a really, really good reach. She's just being in the right place.
Okoli gets
I thought she was going to pass that one to Kacinda there. She faked me out as well.
Such a good fake.
It's like, ooh, open player.
So Chantal Okoli to the foul line, as we'll have a substitution for White. Deanna Jade Anderson back into the game, along with Sienna Modesto. So Okoli at the line. Playing for the Milton Keynes Breakers this season, was named to the All-Star 5 at the Aspire tournament last year. She was playing under 13s for South. 12 points, 8 rebounds and 6 steals in their game against North. As the second one doesn't roll, but Smith looked like she'd almost got the rebound, but it's Laycock that picked it back up for White. Modesto out to Lewis. Corner 3, won't go. Dinu hands it off to Okoli. And Williams-Gardner with the mid-range, not that time. As Marsden finds space on the baseline, swings it round to Lewis, and stolen away by Kacinda. Driving to the basket, doesn't get it to fall, but what a rebound there and pass out from Williams-Gardner.
Oh, she is everywhere.
Didn't result in a made basket, but, you know, gets in there, crashes the boards, and just hands it off. Nice little handoff underneath.
And as we said before, at this level, not all these shots, not all your easy ones are going to go in. You've not done your 10,000 hours of your right-handed layups or your left-handed layups or your over the front line finger rolls. Stuff like that takes a lot of time to be able to do, to score every single time. It's trying to get that. Is this the right option? Is this the right shot? Is this the right pass?
Because with time, if it's the right shot, it'll come.
Everything is going to start dropping after a while.
So Team Red ball, it's a 6-point lead for Red, 5:45 to play here in the first half. As Modesto for White, spins, doesn't drop, but it stays with Team White.
It is considerably quieter in the gym now. I think the England parents could do with taking a leaf out of the Scotland and Wales.
They need the vuvuzelas and drums.
Maybe not that far.
Anderson round to Laycock. Laycock finds space, drives inside.
Great finish.
I felt like something was different. It wasn't until you said it that I was like, oh, it's because I've not got a drum in my ear.
It's because you can hear your thoughts now.
Dinu gets the friendly roll, and that drops in. Dinu's up to 5. Anderson hands it off to Laycock. Ball's loose and picked up by Smith. She's got Okoli up ahead of her. Okoli going against Cornford and lays it in.
Cornford there, just putting her hands down and giving Okoli that opportunity to be able to shoot over her, whereas Cornford's got the length, she's got the height, she put her hands straight up. It's going to be such a harder shot for Okoli to try and get off.
You don't need to lean forward, it's just a case of just standing and
just put your hands up. I say that, it's really easy to say. It's so difficult to do in principle. You're like, oh, there's the ball, I'm going to go and grab it. When actually, just put your hands on your head.
So we've got a timeout called, 4:39 to play here in the first half, 27 to Team Red, 19 to Team White. And again, this is a chance for the coaches on this team. So we've got Coach Katie Lamond here with Team Red. And Katie Lamond doing fantastic things for the City of Leeds basketball. She's been with the Aspire programme, head coach of the under-13s. She was the BE Basketball England's Inspiring Female of the Year in the Yorkshire region in 2022. And she's just a great role model for players. And she's spoken about, wanting to be a role model, having players, someone that they can look up to and inspire by.
Oh, just doing an excellent job. Really, really. Wanted to sound then. I forgot. This is for everyone, not just for Mancunians. She's just doing a fantastic job. Really putting in the hours and putting in the effort, and you can see that the players have a really great rapport with her. And that's so important, especially at this level.
It is, isn't it? And the development is such a crucial age group as well, on and off the court, for you to be able to, as you grow and develop, and to have someone like Katie Lamond there, it's just great for the squad.
Yeah, it's just such a mental game, and things like this, being away at probably what is your first training camp, your first residential for a couple of days, then having something as massive as the Tri-Nations, where your friends and your family are supporting, they're watching on YouTube, they're in the gym, and it's just, you need to have coaches that are there to support you and to nurture you, and probably just to put a hand on the shoulder and check that you're all right and it's not too overwhelming.
Definitely. So back out on court, it's Team White's ball. Isabel Lewis will inbound for White. Modesto round to Laycock. Anderson with space. And long three. Doesn't drop, but White with the rebound as Modesto grabs it and puts it back in.
Oh, great finish there, and she is not the biggest player on the court. Grab that rebound, be able to finish with the lefty.
And she's working.
Yeah.
So that's Modesto's first points of the game. Sure it won't be the last.
Just got another technical thing with the table.
Modesto into Anderson. Anderson, long baseline pass, Modesto, picked away by Dinu. And Smith just hands it over to her teammate. Coley working against Laycock. Williams-Gardner, baseline. Dinu. Shot's too strong. And it's picked back by Smith. Williams-Gardner with the short jumper. That's good. Laycock over to Lewis.
Oh, Team White there not sending anyone to crash the boards. There was 4 red players in the key waiting for the defensive rebound.
And it's something we say throughout any games that we watch, isn't it? But like those offensive rebounds, crashing the boards are so crucial when you get those second chance points, because in close games and, you know, later on in your career as well, you get really tight margins in games, and it's offensive rebounds that make such a big difference.
Oh, such a big difference. And if you can control the glass, you pretty much control the game.
Anna Coley's first doesn't drop. She's leading all scorers with 10 points so far. And the second one's short, but Windle is there for the rebound, drives through. Can't get it to go, but it's red rebound. As Coley back through, and that's going to put her back at the line. And Coley handles the ball really well as she's going through to the basket. She's got that nice behind the back move as well.
Yep, she's doing a great job taking care of it, being able to bully her way to the basket. And she's got that quickness and that step, but also the control and the composure with the ball.
Which is very hard to do all of those things, isn't it? So Team White's as Coley's first shot doesn't fall. It's an 8-point lead for Team Red. Second's good. Duzo back into the game for Team White. Modesto over to Cornford. Coley steals it. Coley going 1-on-2 to the basket off the rim, but Dinu's there for the rebound, chasing it down.
Oh, that is the second time today. We need these coaches to be wearing a different colour.
I thought, who's that in the corner, out the corner of my eye?
Coach Lemon was ready there to shoot that sideline ball.
Cornford over to Anderson.
But that was the right look, and there should have been one of her players in that spot.
Coley. And that fake pass Coley has, it's so effective. As Cornford for White just lays it in.
No, she did a great job getting up and down, getting down the floor that quickly.
Brings it into a 7-point game. Red with the ball. Dinu off to Williams-Gardner. Ball's tipped, but it's picked up by Red. As Casinda picks it up. Windle with the offensive board.
Massive rebound by Windle.
Laycock looks to find some space, but it's Coley again that steals the ball away. I don't know how many steals she's got. Let's take 10. Let's be overgenerous.
Everyone's pockets.
That's what it feels like. It feels like she has just been stealing the ball on every single possession. As Laycock will take a seat for White, and Summer Marsden back into the game.
Got Sienna Modesto challenging Dinu there on the floor.
And leads to White ball.
I wish jump balls weren't called so quickly. I feel like you should give them that second and see who's going to come up with it. Not that I'm saying to fight. I just want somebody to rip the ball.
To take it, yeah. Cornford with a high arc in 3. Or was that a long 2? As we've got a time out called. 26 to Team Red. It was a 3 for Cornford. She's hit a couple of those and takes her up to 13 points, but also cuts the Team Red lead down to 4 there. So Cornford playing a really strong game here in the first half.
Yeah, she's making it work on both ends. Hitting a couple of 3s. She ran the floor really well. She's there for the defensive rebound. She's trying to disrupt the shots. She's doing a great job.
You can see there just some of the highlights from the first half of today's game. And over on Team White's huddle, it is Coach Keely Reid talking her team through it.
Yeah, she'll be telling them to keep up the good work, keep hustling, keep trying to get to disrupt the red team as much as possible, because it's a really good run they just made.
It was definitely. And you know, it's always tough, isn't it, when you're a team and you're down to have to kind of fight back, but I think it really shows the character that teams do keep fighting back. They don't think, oh no, we're down. You don't let your head drop. You've got to keep going and chip into it.
For sure, and this is where Red need to come out and make a bit more of a statement that, you know, maybe they are the bigger team, maybe they're the more physical team. They should come out and try and dominate this last minute and a half.
So back out on court, just under 90 seconds to play in the first half. 4-point Red lead, and they will have the ball. And White picking up full court here. Knock the ball out of bounds and just take a couple of seconds off the shot clock. And Modesto steals it from behind. Gets it into Marsden, working against Dinu. And turnover for Team White there.
Oh, that's a shame. She had Anderson at the top, ready to shoot a wide open. Just got to keep your head up when you're dribbling, so that you know if you suck 2 defenders towards you, you can pop it to the open player.
Okoli hands it off to Williams-Gardner. Cassandra, and blocked by Duzo. Modesto for White, long pass over to Cornford, stolen away by Cassandra. And it will go the way of Team Red.
We've got Cornford with all her length defending the ball here.
Okoli working against Anderson. Dinu hands it off to Windle. Back to Okoli, looking for some space inside, steps through, gets the whistle. As Okoli hits the first free throw. She's been able to get to the foul line several times in today's game. She did it earlier in the first game, but she takes the contact, doesn't she? She's got such a good drive to the basket.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job getting to the paint.
There's a substitution for White, Isabel Lewis back in.
But it was Cornford's 3rd foul there, so she's going to have to sit for a little bit. We'll see if Coach Reid trusts to put her back in at the start of the 3rd. Or do you sit someone for a few minutes and see?
And see how it goes.
Yeah.
Anderson with the long 2. Rebound Team White, Lewis, shot won't fall. And Okoli racing down the court, stops. And that will be a travel call, just a step too many.
Oh, that was tough. It looked like she was going to go the whole way, and then I think Marston's defense just spooked her a little bit.
And as a defender, that's what you want to do, isn't it? You know, put someone off, make them kind of maybe overthink a little bit, or think they've got more space than they have. But Modesto's floater doesn't go. And at the end of the first half, it is 32 to England white and 32 England red, 26 England white. I'm going to campaign for this naming convention to change. But at the end of the first half, a really great showing from both teams. For England red, Chantel Okoli with 13 points leading the way. She's just been relentless on both ends of the court.
Oh, she's doing a fantastic job. Just the passes that she is able to anticipate and to steal, and then she's doing such a great job. She's strong. She's got a great touch finishing at the rim.
And for Team White, Nikita Cornford leading the way, 13 points for her. And again, she's a player, she's knocked down a couple of threes, she's able to get inside, and again, she's using that long wingspan that she's got to make it difficult inside for her opponents.
Yeah, she's having a great game as well, because she is having to play against players that are much bigger and stronger than her, which I don't think she gets to do in National League as much, well, in the same way that she's doing here. So she is having a great game. It's a pity she's got picked up that third, because I would have liked to see her play quite a lot in the second half, but we'll have to see how coach treats that. Each coach is a bit different. Do you trust her? Do you trust her to go back in?
Yeah.
Or to maybe hold her out for a bit and then put her back in?
And sometimes you have to have that experience of playing with those fouls to learn how to play through
exactly, because then also if you hold them out for too long and then put them in, you're too cold and you're a bit too hesitant, and maybe it's prime time to commit a foul.
So we're going to take a quick break for half-time, but before we do, we're going to hand it over to Isha Nair, who is with Steve Butler, the head coach of the over 35 Masters Women's England team, who's just going to get a quick word courtside. So over to you, Isha.
Thanks, Kaz. So I'm here with GB and England over 35's head coach Steve Butler. So Steve, this is the first time that they've ever done an event like this, a Tri-Nations for that age group. Why do you think it's important that they hold events to showcase that talent?
Yeah, it's very important because it gives them a pathway for people who are getting into the older age groups to continue playing and representing England. So I think this is a very, very impressive, and the kids that are playing today so far have been outstanding.
Yeah, so why do you think it's important that there's a platform for these older players who may have played for GB previously? Why do you think it's important for them to have a place that they can continue playing at that standard?
Just so they can continue to play and be competitive. We're all basketballers, we all have that competitive willingness, and it never goes away no matter what age, whether you're 35 plus or 55 plus, you still want to play competitive basketball and challenge yourselves against the best in the world.
Yeah, so the GB Maxi basketball setup, so it's a GB team, most of it's all nations together. This time, obviously, they've separated it to England, Wales and Scotland. So, obviously, a lot of your players are playing today, different teams. Have you had much prep for this tournament?
We had some camps. Obviously, we have two Wales girls playing tomorrow, but they were within the camp anyway. So, and it's been good. The girls have worked hard. We just hope that they can put a good showcase on, and they can showcase their talents ready for the European Championships in Italy.
Yeah, you're excited to be also coaching against some of your players.
There's always been all the banter in the WhatsApp groups already, talking about who's winning and wishing them good luck and so on and so on. But yeah, of course, it's always good to be competitive against other countries.
Yeah, so is there bragging rights to be won?
Of course. In England this weekend, we want to have the bragging rights going. But of course, the girls from Wales, Sarah's our captain. She's a phenomenal player. We've got Laura coming in, who's a great shooting guard. So they're going to benefit the Great Britain team. But yeah, we want the bragging rights for England this weekend.
Yeah, so in a couple of months, couple of weeks, you've got GB over 35's competition tournament in Italy. So is this tournament good preparation for that?
Yeah, of course. The more competitive games we can get, the better. Like I say, we had a couple of camps in May and we played against some teams and we did really well, beating a Nottingham Uni team. But to get that competitiveness and finalise our prep for Italy is perfect. This is a perfect weekend for us.
Yeah. Have you got any more prep planned ahead of Italy?
So we've got another camp coming up the weekend before we travel to Italy, just to finalise and make everything so so that we know what we're doing while we're over there. Obviously, game plans change and things during games, but yeah, we've got one more last camp, and then it's over to Italy we go for the European Championships.
All right, thanks for speaking to me, Steve, and good luck in your games today. Thanks.
Thanks, Isha. Isha with Steve Butler there, head coach of the England women's team for the over 35 Masters squad. They will be playing at 4 p.m. today, taking on Scotland in the first game of the Tri-Nations tournament for the Masters. So we are going to take a break for half time, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time. Welcome back into the National Basketball Performance Centre for the third quarter between England girls, Team Red and Team White. And Hannah, we've seen some fantastic talent out on display today, haven't we?
Such good basketball today. I mean, the first game was incredible. The England team kind of ran through Scotland, but Scotland, you know, they showed great promise. They had some really exciting plays, really exciting players, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more
this
game.
to come. Yeah. And then coming up after this game, it's going to be the over 35s Masters games. We've got England women against Scotland women at 4 o'clock. That'll be live on the Basketball England YouTube channel, so you can follow along. Make sure to like and subscribe, because you don't want to miss a minute of all of the games that we've got going on over the weekend. And then we'll be back tomorrow for the same again. 6 games each. Well, overall, not each. People know what I mean. 6 games for the under-14s and 4 games as part of the Tri-Nations Masters tournament tomorrow. 18 games over the weekend. There's just a lot of games going on.
It's a lot of basketball.
So back out on court, it will be England red with the ball, and Smith will inbound. And Satira Smith, she has just been putting on a show for us today in both games that she's played. She's been doing it on offense, on defense. She's been getting inside really well, as Molly Windle can't get that shot to go, but Malik kicks it out to Smith in the corner. Shot doesn't go, but Red fighting for the ball there as White jump in. And it's a jump ball, so it will go with White. Do you miss the actual jump ball jumps that we see these days?
Absolutely sucked at them. I was really good at under-14s when I was a clear head and shoulders above everyone. And then they all caught up and I just still can't jump.
Dinu, over to Windle. Windle stepping through, gets the roll.
Oh, great. Take the contact, get her out of the way with a nice finish.
And Cornford at the other end answers for White. And Cornford just, she's got that, again, a patient shot. She takes her time, puts a nice arc on it, and just has a really nice look at the basket.
Yeah, I think she hit a couple of crucial threes at Junior Final Fours a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty certain I remember watching her. And so that is what she's bringing to this team now. Some patience and some clutch shooting.
As Anderson gets the layup and cuts the lead down to 4. Okoli, she was big in the first half, passes out to Malik. Gets her own rebound, hands it off to Windle. And Windle gets her rebound and puts it back in. And Molly Windle there, just a couple of possessions. Again, taking contact and just able to finish under the basket.
Yeah, she's doing a fantastic job finishing, taking that contact and still managing to get a good shot up.
Anderson with the long 2, nails it. And again, cuts the lead down to 4 for Team Red.
White are not going anywhere.
And up to in that second quarter, Team White outscoring Team Red by 2 points in the quarter, as Dinu puts it in for Red. Marsden. And blocking fouls called. First team foul on Red this quarter.
Oh, that was weak from the referee. I thought he was going to jump up and tip it himself.
Anderson. Marsden inside out to Laycock, and a travel call, so turnover for Team White. Ball goes back with Red. Okoli working against Laycock. Nice handoff to Smith, who puts it in underneath the basket.
She's been quite quiet for the last 2 minutes.
Anderson passes intercepted by Okoli. How many times have we seen her do that today? And Okoli just can't quite catch herself. You can see she was just trying to.
It's a shame. She was looking ahead. She was looking to pass the ball, but she just hadn't made that decision before she picked it up, and then it's hard to take that extra step.
Marsden looking to hand it off. Nice pass to Laycock. Laycock driving is blocked by Malik. And Okoli going all the way to the hoop. Rims out. Picked up by Malik. And drops it in. But again, some good defense there from Summer Marsden. We've seen her do that a couple of times on the break. She's got out, able to stop her player scoring. Yes, Team Red scored at the end of it, but Marsden did a job there. Yeah,
trying to just make it as difficult as possible to get a good shot.
And Marsden up ahead, keeps control.
And it just stops the run a little bit.
And that's what you need if you're Team White, just to chip into this a little bit. Yeah. Red have had a good start here to the third quarter.
Fantastic defense by Anderson there. She knew the ball was going into Windle and she was able to sneak in behind and just steal it.
And fouls called on the floor, so we've got a timeout for Team White. Keely Reid wants to talk it over with her team. So a 42-34 lead for Red, and Red having come out really strong here in this third quarter.
Oh, I imagine that is what Coach Lamont was telling them. You know, they need to be a bit more aggressive in their attacks to the basket. Stop letting White steal the ball so easily, and also to try and stop their shooters. You know, Cornford's got 15 already. She's the leading scorer for the game. Try and limit her attempts. And Anderson as well. Anderson's having a really, really good game, impacting on both ends of the floor. So, yeah, England Red trying to stem the flow of the White team at the moment.
Definitely, and Cornford, yeah, she's hit a couple of big threes as well, able to get inside, just doing a bit of everything. And when you've got a player like that, so one of the bigger players on court, but when you have a big that can shoot and get inside as well, that's always that's what you want to see, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, we like players that can do a bit of everything.
So on the other court between England Red and England White boys, it is England Red leading 38-23 with just a minute left before half time. And we've got teams that have already played a couple of games today. For some people, this is their second game of the day. For England Red, this is their second game of the day. You know, they were here way before 9 o'clock to tip off. So it's you know, it's a relentless competition this weekend.
Yeah, there's going to be some tired legs today, especially at the end of quite an intense training selection camp, and then 2 games in a day.
And some more to come tomorrow, as Cornford draws the foul, and that will put her at the line. And Cornford into the game with those 3 fouls, playing with those 3 fouls, and done a good job so far of managing that.
Yeah, she's not shied away from anything, but she's also not tried to commit any silly fouls to get that 4th.
And that foul, that's the 4th foul on Alessia Dinu, so she might have to check out of the game. As we see Moja Malik getting ready to come in. And Smith with a rebound for Red.
Yeah, commanding rebound there. She grabbed it with one hand, said, "This is mine." No one else is having it.
Hands it off to Dinu. Okoli looking for space inside. Doesn't get there. Dinu steals it away, and it's waved off as a travel is called.
Oh, that was a little harsh. That was really, really nice move there by Dinu.
And Dinu will take a seat as Moja Malik comes in. Dinu with 4 fouls and 7 points in the game today. An 8-point lead for Red. White with a chance to cut into this here. Stolen away by Okoli to Malik, and can't get that to go. But Okoli with her 50th steal of the day. And Anderson's just going to slow things down, set things up for the team. And again, another steal by Okoli. all the way and finishes.
The white team is struggling a little bit. They keep trying to make the pass to where they want it to go, not where is open. You know, we had Summer Marsden turn down an open drive because she knew the play was to give the ball to Cornford on the elbow. Although, lovely finish by Cornford there. But
and again, that's another learning thing, isn't it?
Definitely.
The play, but what is happening, reacting to what is happening out on court.
Yeah, you can try and run your offense as much as possible, but if the defense are giving you something else or they're stopping you from running something, you have to adapt. You have to make different game time decisions.
Leads up to 10 for Team Red. Laycock looking for some help. Finds Cornford, goes inside. And Okoli with space at the other end, drives to the basket. That's going to take her to 17, matching Cornford. And picked up there by Kacinda. Into the hands of Okoli. Out to Smith. Smith, 3 short. And a good hustle there from Anderson, gets the ball as Laycock can't finish, but Cornford's there for the rebound. And we'll have a substitution for Team White. Sienna Modesto back into the game. And Naylor Laycock to the bench. So White ball from the end line. Lewis. Anderson. Pass is intercepted. It's Williams-Gardner that steals it. Going all the way, hands it off. What a pass there to Malik, who finishes. That's a great handoff there from Williams-Gardner.
Yeah, really great decision to get in as deep as that and then be able to wrap the ball around sort of wide open Mojan.
Red coming back on the attack. Williams-Gardner again hands it out to Malik. Malik with the run-in floater. Won't go, balls out of bounds, will stay with Red. Modesto, long pass over to Cornford, has Marsden to the side, but Cornford all the way. 19 points for Cornford. As Okoli for Red answers at the other end. Malik steals it away and puts it back in, and Mojan Malik, that's what she does so well. She'll guard those inbound passes in the backcourt, get the steal, and then she's off. She's off.
Such a great reach as a defender. Never puts her hands in to cause the foul, but manages to really disrupt it and then can pick off those easy passes. Or pick off those easy steals.
And Molly Windle back into the game for Red. Pearl Duzo in for White. Anderson over to Cornford, long 3. Off the rim, big rebound from Okoli. And a jump ball is called, stays with...
I don't think I've ever seen so many jump balls in it. The 3 games today has been jump ball central.
Jump ball after jump ball. I always, again, this is another stat that I want to say. How many jump balls have you forced? Because I just think that just shows what you've been doing in the game.
But this furthers my argument. Just give them that extra half a second, see if somebody can rip it out.
And just take it.
Yeah. Less stoppages, more fights.
We could just do away with it altogether and see what happens. 1:34 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Modesto over to Cornford. Cornford, shot short. Williams Gardner chasing it down.
Oh, saves it right on the baseline.
Okoli and an offensive foul call is
on 25.
Oh, no, was that?
Who's on Windle? Called an offensive foul on Windle.
So white ball.
That's the first of the game. Oh, we're mad about that. Well, I wouldn't be too mad about that.
And oh, we got a shoelace stoppage.
Yeah.
That's the official term.
Yeah.
Modesto into Cornford. She's working against Smith. Needs some help to get it around. Marsden's there, and that's a foul. You can see that the England teammates laughing to each other.
Just give her that little push. It's a great tactic. If you can see someone is almost off balance, always just give them that tiny little push.
Just a little nudge.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not saying push somebody, but just give them
we
that
want
tiny
fights,
little...
push people over.
The game would be totally different if I ran it.
So it's Summer Marsden at the line for two, hits the first shot. She had 13 points against the Lancashire Spinners when playing for the under-14s Hatters earlier this season. And again, one of the players that was part of the Aspire camp last year, playing for Central. Okoli to the basket. She's got that great step, hasn't she? Like, I just think we've seen it so many times. It's just absolutely fantastic to watch.
She protects the ball so well. She brings it with her, and then has that ability just to finish high in traffic.
And has just got out into transition, out on the floor. Patient basketball, waits for a defender to go past her and just puts it in. And Okoli is up to a game-high 23 points. And more steals than anyone's ever had in the history of the game.
So many.
And Anderson with a nice runner.
Floater.
.12 seconds. Red can hold for the last shot here in the third. Smith into Windle.
Oh, that's unlucky. We had it. Yeah, we thought there was a whistle, so we stopped.
It is difficult, isn't it? With two games going on, you've got whistles from both courts, and it can make you think you've just heard it on your court when it's from the other side. So 4.8 seconds. Pass into Windle, and she's fouled, so that's going to put Molly Windle at the not at the line. That will be on the sideline.
Yep.
3.7 seconds. So it took some time off the clock. And Smith into Williams Gardner. Oh, great movement.
Oh, that was great. And we had the screen, the up screen by Molly Windle to roll back, but actually Gardner Williams just snuck in.
I was just like,
get that wide open layup.
So the end of the third quarter, a 60-41 lead for Team Red. Team Red having been led by Chantel Okoli. A huge 23 points from her. And Nikita Cornford for Team White with 19. And over on court, the other court, it is a 40-23 lead for England Red against England White boys. And we can see that a huge 28-point third quarter from Team Red for the girls here. Although the highest scoring quarter for the white team with 15 that they've had so far. So improvements on both sides, just one slightly higher, sort of more ahead than the other.
England, the white team have maybe been a bit lax on defense in that third quarter. I think the second one, obviously, they won that game. They limited them and kept them at 12 points. So that's what we really want to see. We want to try and see them trying to really stop the easy baskets, really control Okoli.
Yes.
Maybe send two people to her.
Yeah.
Or, you know, try and stop her a bit earlier in transition instead of letting her get into her steps to go up for the basket, because she's got you beat at that point.
And as you said, she's either going to score or get the foul call.
Exactly.
And she's been to the line loads of times. I'm very accurate with my stats today, loads. And I'm just making up numbers out of my head. But you can tell, you've got the eye test, haven't you? You can tell she's been doing it very, very well. And yeah, you double her, that leaves someone else open. But you know, she's got 23 points in the game, so you want to try and close that down.
Yeah, super exciting though for this team to have a player of her quality as they look ahead towards a Copenhagen tournament.
Absolutely, and that's a tournament that will be taking place just later in the month, in the 20th of June to the 23rd of June. And the boys teams will be also taking part in the Future Stars tournament in August, the 23rd to the 25th. The venue of that yet to be determined, but again, a great opportunity for both sets of teams to get out, get some international competition, play against some high-level competition in their age groups and maybe slightly above. Yeah,
definitely. There's so much opportunity going and playing in the rest of Europe and seeing how other teams play, what their tendencies are, what their skill level's like. Just knocked out of bounds there by White.
Okoli stepping through. That one doesn't go. Anderson there on her, just force her out a little bit.
And she took some big steps to try and get round.
She's got a really long step, hasn't she? And Okoli, just where she left off in the third quarter, calm, composed, gets to the basket, uses the space, 25 points for her.
Going right and left. It's nice to see it under 14s level.
As Laycock gets her own rebound and puts it back in. And sometimes when you're in training, it can always be, you know, oh, why are we going through the fundamentals again? But there's a reason. The fundamentals are there for a reason.
They are key.
As Okoli draws the foul. And again, that's going to put her back at the foul line.
That's a tough one there. Anderson put her hands in, really put your hands straight up, just try and affect the shot in the air.
First bounces out. And coming up after this game at 4 o'clock, we have the first game of the Masters Tri-Nations tournament. That will be between Scotland and England women on this court. And following on from that, it will be Scotland and England men at 6 p.m. Anderson to inbound for White. Marsden, three's up. Anderson with the rebound.
Oh, she hadn't cleared both her feet onto the court.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, that's tough. I think that's a good hustle play, which hadn't quite cleared both feet.
Okoli hands it off to Malik. Smith. Okoli again driving to the basket, that right-hand side. Doesn't get that one to fall. And it's Anderson. And Anderson looks like she's just positioning herself really well to put off that shot on that right-hand lane.
Yeah, she's obviously been told, this is how I want you to guard Okoli. This is how we want to try and affect that shot and try and stop her from getting as many easy looks as she has earlier on.
And Anderson, she's had the experience at this stage. So she was representing England at the Under-14 Tri-Nations last year. So she's one of those players that played up last year and has got that experience to bring it on to the court here this weekend. As ball is going to go with the red team. And Okoli to Dinu. Modesto's there, picks it off, but fighting with Malik for the ball. It's Malik that comes up with it, turns, spins and puts it in. Laycock out to Modesto. Long 2. And Okoli again going end to end. That takes her up to 27 points. And knocked out. Red will get the ball back. And we can see there Okoli racing down the court. She's so fast, able to get to the rim and just uses the glass really well.
Yeah.
Again, just composed.
Her finishing, there's not been many that she's missed or fumbled at all. Just such a great touch on the glass.
As we've got a timeout called. So thank you to everybody watching on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe. You can follow along with all the action from this weekend's games. All games will be live streamed and you can catch the links on the Basketball England YouTube channel. There is a playlist for all of the Tri-Nations games, including the over 35s, which will be coming up after these games. And check out Instagram and Twitter. I'm not going to say X. Do we have to call it X?
Oh, yeah.
But Basketball England, Basketball Scotland, Basketball Wales, loads of clips, loads of highlights and interviews from this weekend's games. Stay up to date with everything that's going on. And we are seeing the future of GB basketball out on court today. And if you want to see some GB basketball, you can get down to London in July.
Summer Slam, it's going to be super exciting. Really looking forward to it. Just a huge summer of basketball.
It is. I think I read something. This is the most sort of senior basketball we'll have in this country since the Olympics, with the games going on, because we've got Team USA coming over to play some warm-ups for the Olympics and Team GB games.
You know, we've got so much basketball on this summer. We have, obviously, we've got the Summer Slam, then we've got the Olympics, then we've got the Paralympics with both men's and women's, the GB men's and women's team looking to compete and really bring home some medals. So there is so much basketball for British fans this summer.
There is, and the World Cup qualifier, pre-qualifying
and
qualifiers.
The pre-qualifier. That was such great news. So welcome. We've got a really exciting squad and a new exciting coach. Yeah,
it's a great time to be involved.
It is a great time, and things are certainly looking up.
And it's if you've not had enough Temi time in the WNBA, woo,
yes,
that was a big block there from Laycock for Team White. Knocks the ball out of bounds. You can see there. Oh, Laycock times that perfectly and knocks it out of bounds. Smith. Okoli couldn't quite get there in time to save it in, so it'll go with Team White. .6:30 left in the fourth here. Cornford's shot doesn't drop. Dinu with the rebound, over to Okoli. Williams-Gardner up ahead, calling for it. Comes up against Modesto, turns and spins. And a travel call.
Oh, that was tough. That seemed like quite a nice move. Subs coming in.
That's one of our almost highlight reel plays.
I like those. I'm a fan of those now.
Yearsley against Dinu.
Directing traffic here.
And Cornford, oh, it spins out. It's picked up by Windle. As Okoli hands off to Williams-Gardner. And long two doesn't drop. Chased down. It's Williams-Gardner. Again, long two. That one bounces out. Ball's loose, but picked up by Anderson. And step out of bounds. Now, on that last play there, Hannah, you saw, so Team Red had the ball. You could see Williams-Gardner looked like she was up ahead, but she almost sort of said, like, to her teammate, like, slow it down. I'm not kind of in the position, the awareness that she had there to realise that, you know, the pass coming to her might not be the best play then.
Yeah, the Red team have shown that they can get out and run in transition. Oops, sorry, I yawned there. That's my apologies. She's shown they can get out and run in transition, but now they're up quite comfortably, but what can they do now? Can they pull it out? Can they set up their offense so that they're learning, they're trying to get the right option, or looking to get a specific person a shot? Because later down the line, when they come to play other teams, maybe they need to be a bit more careful about who takes that shot, if it's a close game or if transition isn't really on for them.
Cornford driving all the way. Steps around the defender. And she's up to 23. Casinda baseline. Long pass round to Williams-Gardner. Spins, looking for a way through inside. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but Modesto has Cornford up ahead. Doesn't finish, and it's back with Team Red. Dinu to Windle. Over to Williams-Gardner. And Laycock knocks the pass into the hands of Anderson. And what a step through there. Afia Yearsley gets her first points of the game. As teams have a timeout, so a comfortable lead here for Team Red late in the fourth quarter. But as we've said, this is a learning experience for the teams. A lot to take into the next games, because both teams will be playing tomorrow as well against Wales and Scotland.
Yep. So the red team's just got the one game tomorrow, and white team's got two tomorrow. So it's, there's a lot to play for still for both of them.
There is. Because as we said, the importance of this competition is it's learning,
I keep
the
saying it, but
development.
it's such a big learning opportunity for everyone.
The teams still want to win, don't they?
Always want to win.
So coming up after this game, we have the Tri-Nations 35+ Masters tournament. That'll be at 4 o'clock. We've got England women taking on Scotland women. So stick around on the Basketball England YouTube channel for that one. Going to get to see Helen Naylor back out on court.
I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a cracking game.
Excited to see all your old teammates on the floor
quality
together.
players on either side.
So back out on court. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. And it's Team Red ball. Williams-Gardner. Okole into Windle. Windle backing down Cornford. Cornford with the rebound and racing down the sideline. Ball's out of bounds, but it'll stay with White.
Now Cornford doing a great job there to affect Windle's shot, so didn't get an easy bucket, and then to pick up the rebound and bust out dribble.
Cornford driving to the basket, up to 25 points, and she's really showed off the range of a game throughout the two games. The game that we've seen her in today.
Oh, for sure. She's managed to. She was being guarded on the three-point line by Windle there, so she knew she might have had the full speed advantage. Little fake, took advantage of it, and got herself to the rim.
Anderson's shot's too strong. Williams-Gardner with the rebound. Windle round to Dinu. Okole, and a foul's called on the floor. Sideline ball and a fresh 14 for Team Red. As we've got a substitution for Red, Mojan Malik checking in. Chantel Okole heading to the bench. Kacinda to Dinu. Malik. Back out, Dinu lines up the shot. Won't fall. Gets the rebound. And keeps it inside, gets it over to Kacinda. And another offensive rebound for Team Red. Cornford leading the charge. Great hands there from Kacinda. Knocks the ball out of the hands of White, and we've got a jump ball.
Another jump ball. Modesto did a great job there, diving on the floor and forcing that as a jump ball, and it has turned up to be White.
Fia Yearsley on the inbounds. Over to Lewis. Laycock behind the arc. Lewis kicks it down. And ball's knocked out of bounds. That's a last touch White, so it'll go with Team Red. And again, the defense from Red there, the shot clock running down just 1.1 seconds and the ball's out of bounds.
Yeah, just making everything really tough for the White team here.
Windle over to Dinu. Malik stepping through to the hoop and eventually rolls in. That takes Malik up to 14 points. Cornford. Lewis gets inside, gets blocked by Kacinda.
That was a big block. She came from all the way on the other side of the court.
And that'll be a carry, just a unfortunate bounce. I think that bounced a bit awkwardly. And Kacinda with 6 points in the game, but again, another player that's really affected the game in different ways, not just scoring. As Summer Marsden and Pearl Duzo come back in for White. Marsden over to Duzo. Malik to Williams-Gardner, all the way off the glass. Malik's there for the rebound and puts it back in. And again, we've mentioned this a few times, Hannah, but that's what Mojan Malik does so well.
She does a great job managing to pick off the pass or be that, because she's got that height advantage across most of the, over most of the other guards, so she is able to just pick those passes off and get herself to the rim.
Williams-Gardner, long two, nails it.
Oh. So close to the three-point line there, just shoot the three.
So end-line ball, Red. Williams-Gardner inside. Short jumper doesn't go. And again, another jump ball call.
This time we're going to Red. Are they gonna run the same baseline play?
Let's find out. Oh. Malik. And Cornford there, again, standing strong inside, forces the ball out of bounds. Marsden with a running floater, doesn't get it to drop. Dinu with the rebound. Williams-Gardner passes over to Kacinda.
Oh, Lewis with the tip there.
So it's White ball, 16.3 seconds left, so White can hold for the last shot here. And Cornford driving inside, bounces about, gets the rebound. Duzo, 2 seconds, hands it off. Williams-Gardner steals it. And at the end of the game, it is England red 74, England white to 53. England red having been led by Chantel Okoli, 27 points for her, just really had her fingerprints all over the game.
Yeah, she absolutely dominated on both ends of the floor today. Really fantastic defensive effort, and then coupled that with just her ability to get to the rim. So strong, so composed. A really, really impressive talent. And one that's going to be very exciting to watch.
Definitely, and that's what's great about this tournament, isn't it? You think, wow, how good are these players at this age? A few more years on, and it's going to be incredibly impressive to see. And for Team White, it was Nikita Cornford leading the way, 25 points for her. And again, dropped in a couple of threes, able to get to the basket, doing just a bit of everything on the court as well.
Oh, again, another really exciting talent to watch. Just watching people learn to get more control over their bodies is going to be exciting, because we've got some height, we've got some size. It's now about growing into it and learning how to use that to the best of your ability.
And even in games like this, you'll see the development of players that they'll take something from the first game, take that into the second game, into the third game they're playing, and you just see it consistently across the weekend.
Yeah, we keep saying it, but there's so many great opportunities for learning, for picking stuff up, for game time, just so many great opportunities.
So we're going to head courtside very shortly with Isha Nair, who's going to be bringing us an interview with possibly one of the England coaches. Well, we'll head over to Isha shortly. But coming up after this game at 4 o'clock on the Basketball England YouTube channel, England v Scotland women in the Tri-Nations 35+ Masters tournament. And you can get out your rosters from the WBBL squad. We can see excited. Who look at all Hannah's former teammates, and I mean there's some names on there if we look down the list.
So Natasha Wesley, she used to play for Northampton. I think in Northampton or Leicester. I get Midlands teams really confused. She's a couple of years older than me, and she used to bully me in the paint.
Helen Naylor's out there. She's going to just be shooting like Helen Naylor does.
Yeah, we've got Karen Silicus as well, who can shoot from anywhere, and she does not think twice.
She can, and what I love about Karen Shot is as well, she's just so like almost blasé with it. She's like, yep, here you go. Yeah. Ellen Traylin from the Thames Valley Cavaliers in Division 1 this season, won the National Cup last year with Thames Valley.
And the Rebound All-Star 2024 captain. Some big names on this.
There are.
Can't forget Millie Watkins either.
Exactly, yeah. It's just, you don't want to miss that game. And also, some great players on the Scotland squad as well. Yeah. So again, more of your ex-teammates out there. And that game will be on at 4 o'clock today, so you can switch over. All the links on the Basketball England YouTube channel. There's a playlist for all of the Tri-Nations games, and you can follow along on there. So we're just going to head over with Isha very shortly. And she will be talking to assistant coach Katie Lamond, who in that game was essentially the head coach of England 1, Team Red.
Red team. Yeah, doing a great job.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, isn't it? So both assistant coaches coming up against each other, and then it helps you as a coach to be able for someone to say, well, this is what we planned against for you. And as we said, it's not just learning for the players, it's learning for the coaches, absolutely everybody involved in the tournament this weekend.
No, and you don't want to get to that position where if your head coach gets thrown out, but at some point maybe you've got to have an assistant coach running the show.
It can happen. You never know what can go.
It can always happen.
So we are just going to go over to Isha and Katie courtside to get Katie's thoughts on today's game.
Thanks, Kaz. I'm here courtside with Katie Lamont.
Yep.
Katie Lamont, and she's just head coach the England under-14s 1 team. So, Katie, how did the girls play considering they were playing themselves?
We had a big chat about the start about how it's always tricky when you're playing your own team and you don't quite know how it's, going to go. But we had a big conversation about, look, we know it's us, but you've got to go out there and be competitive. Like, we've all got to prove something here. We can work on the little things that we want to that we've expressed in training, and we can really apply it on the floor, but ultimately we're going to see how we can be competitive. And I think that the girls on both sides absolutely smashed it. Like, there was no one who were, no one went in there half-hearted. Everyone went there to be competitive, to really push each other, like, regardless of the fact that they were both England. So it was really great to see everyone giving their all on the floor today. Yeah,
it was a quite competitive game, quite a close score. Was there bragging rights to be won, or do the girls not really look at that?
I don't know. We'll find out at lunchtime or afterwards. I think it's more that I think they wanted the opportunity to have a really good close game, and like I think it is when you're like playing your friends and you're playing your team, like you really want to prove the point. So whether they're all talking about it later or not, I don't know, but I think they'll all be happy about the fact that both teams gave it their absolute all the whole time.
Yeah, so this was an opportunity for you to head coach. You've assisted the game previously, this time you head coach. What was that opportunity like?
Crazy. I was sat there going, I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, no, you've got it. And I think that to come through the process of like doing all the Aspire and the Super Regions and then to get here, my thought was to be here and to be a sponge and try and take up as much information as I could from everybody and other coaches. Like I didn't think that I would be here to lead one of the games, so the fact I got the opportunity is insane, and it really meant a lot to be there, to be trusted to do it and to have that opportunity, but knowing that throughout this there'll be feedback and we'll be able to just sort of step up our coaching and environment so we can give the best opportunity to the people that we're around all the time. So I just feel over the moon to have had the opportunity.
Yeah, so do you think the whole England talent programme set up, being able to coach, being able to assist, think it's been helped and developed your coaching?
100%. It's one of those where you do a lot at your own clubs, and City of Leeds, where I am, have developed me significantly, but it's so good to sort of meet other people and different regions and to have those conversations with people you've been competing against or only meeting in these situations, and just to get their thoughts on different aspects, how they read certain things, how they communicate with people. Do they have a way of shortening something that I might take ages to talk about, and they go, no, just do it like this, and like just to be around those kinds of people just sort of brings you up, and to have people on you, like providing you that feedback, just it means more that people are willing to give that time up for that. So again, not only having the opportunity to work with these phenomenal players, but to have the opportunity to meet all these different coaches and officials just to really step the game up has been brilliant.
Yeah, so do you think from a coaching side of the game, do you think it's better for your development to talk to other people who may be higher up positions coaching, or do you think it's more going to things like coaching clinics, courses like that? I think it's better to hear it from people or go on courses, basically.
It's probably both. Like I think it's one of those things that if you only have the availability to do one, then do the one that's available to you. But if you have the opportunity to do both, like you can never learn too much. Do you know what I mean? Every day is a learning day, like they say all the time. But being surrounded by different people, seeing different things, I would certainly say if you have the opportunity to do both, because you don't want to get stuck in a certain way. You don't want to be doing it one way, and then if you find out there's a more efficient way, you want to be the one doing that. And at the end of the day, where bringing the next talent through, whether it's here or whether it's at a grassroots club, like you're there to try and progress the people you have, and you can only do that if you're willing to learn yourself. So I think if you have the opportunity to either come to this or meet other coaches or do a coaching clinic would be beneficial, whichever way around you did it.
All right, thanks for speaking to me, Katie. Good job on the games today and good luck for the games tomorrow. You too.
Thanks, Isha Naya there with assistant coach Katie Lamont, who took on the head coaching role there for England Red in that last game, coming out with the win on top of England White. So we're going to take a quick break until 4 o'clock, when we'll be back with you for the Tri-Nations 35+ Masters tournament. We'll be kicking things off with the Scotland and England women, followed by the Scotland and England men at 6 p.m. So stay tuned to Basketball England, and we'll see you very soon.